right now we're showing this footage and your money to a restaurant, to the packer, to the slaughterhouse, to the farmer. It's like 4 people to that animal cruelty. You want to know what we're doing here?
I'm guessing protesting any kind of animal product.
Yeah, animal cruelty awareness. We're trying to expose and show people standard practice of factory farming, how cruel it is, and explain how prevalent it is. Those are the 2 things we feel that people don't really grasp. Like, this is standard practice. This is in Australia, but standard practice here, it's the same laws. This, you can say 90%, 95% of it. The story of pork is probably the worst one. Cutting off their tails, testicles, ripping out their, cutting their teeth, making it so they can't move their entire life, no sun, living on their shit their whole life, caging them. Like, it's just so systematic that anything but this can't compete. So that's why this is happening 100 miles that way, 1,000 miles that way, all over Canada, BC, Winnipeg, Ontario. You against animal cruelty then, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, the girlfriend's Jewish. I haven't eaten pork in a while.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
You guys have a good night. We gotta get some food for this guy.
Okay, I recommend some vegan options. Well, I find that when most kids really, it's kind of a learned trait to think this is maybe okay. I feel that all kids like animals. Do you like animals? Yeah, me too. Yeah. Do you think it's possible to be against animal cruelty and pay for this to happen?
It's not black or white, but I don't think this is definitely helping anything.
Yeah. What do you mean black and white? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. We get, like, factory farming I'm not really for. More like artisanal stuff I'm with.
Say that again, sorry?
Like free-range chickens, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up on a farm.
Okay.
I don't know.
What kind of farm?
Mostly beef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, beef and chicken.
And you guys could compete with the factory farming then? You made a living out of it?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we did it for fun.
Yeah. And that's the story with, like, I'm going to say the compassion has been capital, the free market capitalism causes everybody to rely on this. It's too systematic. You can't compete with them doing anything besides animal cruelty. And that is the story of every pepperoni on your pizza, sausage, steak, and I'm sure you know. Like, you probably saw family farms dying at the time.
Yeah. Like, either you did something on the side and it was, especially animal products, with the exception of like chicken. Yeah. And for the most part, the eggs actually.
Yeah.
You can't really compete, especially with dairy. Everything's so regulated.
Yeah. So you know that this is the story of your ranch dressing or any animal product. I got my friend to take me out so he could show me killing a ram. That was the first time I saw it. I think I was 22. That was the first time I saw something die. People around the city don't get what it is, and that's why we're here, because it's that bad.
I worked in a meat processing plant for a bit. It shut down. It's just north on Highway 37.
Yeah.
Turn off Highway 2.
Okay.
Everything was already dead by the time we got it.
Okay.
It was just kind of like processing for that.
Yeah.
The one thing that really disturbed me is, you ever seen halal slaughter?
Halal? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. They have to bleed out alive. Yeah.
No, that was something I just was not prepared for.
Yeah. Well, what about not letting them move their entire life, or forcibly impregnating them over and over, or pulling their calf away and having them yell for a week or days or weeks?
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
Yeah. Because I know one thing I'm a stickler for free range.
Yeah. But where do you get these free range eggs?
Other rights.
Okay. But in the winter they can't be free range. They can't go outside.
No, not cage. It's like a big open barn. I mean.
Yeah, but there's no regulation to that.
Advocating for Hutterites to let their chickens out in the winter.
No, you just can't do free range. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, Yeah, no, there's no regulation for how much room they have, or if there is, they're packed. There's
tons of regulation on that.
Okay, how much room do you need? Or, you know, I'm not familiar with the exact amount.
I believe you need about a square meter of chicken.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throwing this out there, but what might also, for the undecided or the people that you're not going to convert, what might be like a helpful thing to do is at least maybe direct people to, hey, here are some sources of at least more ethically produced meat.
Yeah.
If you're going to eat meat.
Well,
is that something that?
Well, I would agree that there's better and worse ways to kill something. But the slaughterhouse is brutal as it gets, dude. It is as bad as it gets. And to take a being that feels the same chemical reactions for fear and stress, at least a similar connection to their offspring, at least you can admit that. They demonstrate how they try to protect it and stuff like that. How good could it possibly taste? Especially when there's mountains of evidence that you don't need it for your health. How can you justify it? What's that?
That's what you need it for this.
You don't, well, you've seen Game Changers on Netflix, man?
Haven't.
I would definitely recommend it. If you're concerned about gaining weight and putting on muscle, yes. And when I went vegan, I've been trying to gain weight my whole life. When I went vegan, my body could produce the proteins in my food and my minerals and nutrients, micronutrients, macros, way better. I gained weight on a vegan diet. There's vegan bodybuilders all over the place, man.
I don't know. The whole pitch seems to come almost like along the same vein as abstinence only sex education, as opposed to having a harm reduction happening as well too.
Well, what happens if I was telling you to not be racist or not abuse children or something? And you said, well, come on, a hard line approach. I'll do it. You'd be like, oh, well, I'll do it on special occasions. Like, well, I'd be like, no, just stop being racist. Stop. Animal cruelty and the suffering is real. That's how we look at it. It's that bad. We treat it the same way racism, sexism, abuse, violence. Just stop. You're not going to stop the whole world. It's still going to happen, but you can stop it, and it won't happen as a result. It won't happen in your name.
The bottom line though is to be completely pragmatic. If you're not the one personally, or at least willing to support a society that's willing to reap the rewards that violence can bring, some other society will.
Yeah, but
will prevail.
Well, war, violence. No.
Exactly.
Well, war, violence, and cruelty will exist. It doesn't mean I'm going to walk down the street and be like, well, bullying exists, and just punch people in the face. I'm not going to be responsible for it. I'm not going to contribute to the overall amount of it. That's how it works. The people are being exploited making batteries or your phones or something like that. If you showed me footage of how my money was funding that and how I could stop that from happening, I would definitely listen to you seriously. But right now we're showing this footage and your money to a restaurant, to the packer, to the slaughterhouse, to the farmer. It's like 4 people to that animal cruelty. Like I said, that's why I'm in this type of activism. And as far as the health thing goes, dude, it's 2021. There's mounds of evidence. You can optimize your diet. There's specialists, tens of thousands, hundreds, all over the world that say you can optimize your diet in this way. And you haven't seen Game Changers? Dude, you might even be able to get bigger.
It's just, I don't want to get bigger. That's not what
Well, you could get faster, stronger, have more energy. It's worth a shot, dude, if you're worried about health. If you're worried about health, man.
But okay, as far as actually getting, it's certainly possible through a vegan diet to achieve all of these goals.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual practicalities of balancing your diet and cooking like that, I challenge you, go to West Edmonton Mall, look around, and see what the average body type looks like. See how easy it is even just to get a decent performance and healthy diet for the average person. It's not.
It's not realistic to be a vegan and do it?
Oh, I'm not saying it's not realistic. I'm saying even if you have meat as a tool in your toolbox, like go to a mall and look around and see how many people are actually doing it. It's already not easy. Even if have meat as a
well, what standard are we holding ourselves to? Are we just average guys? We do average stuff. We kind of conform a little bit. Is that what we are here, or you want to be exceptional? Is this your son?
Sure is.
Don't you want to do? You have the mental fortitude and the discipline to stand up and do what's right. Be a leader, a role model. Discipline enough, isn't that? Or just like an average guy? I'm not trying to be condescending, man. I'm not saying like, but that's how I view it. That's how I want to lead. That's how I want to be protective, and like the mental fortitude to do what it takes to do what's right is incredibly important to me. And I'm sure through the discipline of exercising whatever sports you're an athletic guy you chose to do, you've now built that up. And it should be a lifelong, in my opinion, a lifelong pursuit of fortifying that stronger and stronger, and to just be like everybody else. I don't know, man.
I get that there are some cultures, for example, their entire caste is incorrect, but it practiced only 50 years ago. Yes, they have vegan castes, effectively. Animal products are like very huge segments of the population. You almost need like an entire kind of cultural suite to basically convince people to eat a certain way.
Well, the wave of veganism is gaining steam like crazy. There's how many people here? There's 15 here. I've converted probably 6. I'm probably up to 8 people. If we all do 10, how much money do you spend a year on meat? Oh, I remember when I used to eat it was like over $3,000 a year. Like we got 100 people on this block. This is just Edmonton Street. What number are we at per year taking a bite out of the meat industry? We're at millions already. Now 10, now a decade, now 2 decades later. And that's just this street here. The numbers add up quick. You can save life and you can stop. Yo guys, thanks so much for talking to me. Awesome conversation. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much.
Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fight back?